How to get better at speaking on camera and creating video content, or even how to get better at public speaking. This is one of the most frequent questions that I get asked. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can do today in order to become a better public speaker, as well as creating video content in 2020.
I keep pushing, got my head to the sky, wondering if I ever make it there. Yeah, I keep pushing, gotta play the hand I'm dealt because I understand life ain't fair. Hey, so I push and I grind and I push and I grind.
What's up, guys? My name is Mike Shard. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel as always. And if you're new, welcome. This is an incredible place where I drop multiple videos every single week. And all that I ask for in return for those videos is just one of these. I just want a little thumbs up. As entrepreneurs, we are here to help each other grow. And this is a community of people that are taking actions. Also, please subscribe and lightly tap that notification bell so that you don't miss another video, because every single week you're going to get something incredible that you can implement, take action on, and scale your business. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. If you don't know, I'm the founder of High Converting Content, where we help entrepreneurs scale their impact, influence, and income with scalable, high converting social media content. Now, a lot of what we do comes down to video content. If you don't know yet, video is the best way in order to create engagement with your audience, as well as start to become a client magnet and have people gravitating towards you. A large portion of my business is people that DM me or come from my social media platforms simply because of the personal brand and the video content. But the only way that you're going to create a relationship with your audience is by creating video. Nobody can get to know who you actually are by looking at a static image. So you need to hop on camera. But I know, and the question I get most often from our new clients is, Mike, I suck at video. I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera. How the heck do I get better with this? So let me jump straight into that for you. Now, when I first started creating video content, I struggled. Let me roll a quick little clip here showing you my first ever video that's still on YouTube today. So let's jump right into that right now.
When working with clients, I like to make sure that my 4 core values are present, which is trust, loyalty, passion, and authenticity.
Isn't that terrible? Now, I can't believe I uploaded it, but I still kept it on YouTube just so you guys can see how far you can come and how easy it is to improve over time. Now, to get to that point, I actually set up my GoPro on my kitchen counter for 6 months, recording myself for 30 minutes every single day. The wrong way to do it. Let me share with you exactly what you need to do. The first thing is you need to understand that you're actually talking to a person and not a digital device or a camera. So many people struggle with talking into a device or into a phone or a camera, but what you need to understand is that there's actually a human on the other end of that camera. If you yourself are watching a YouTube video, you usually feel like the person is speaking directly to you. You need to make sure you're speaking as if you're speaking to another person, not speaking into another device. Now, number 2, this is going to be the one that's going to make one of the biggest impacts in your video delivery that you can imagine. Let me give you some context here. We recently worked with a client that it was an expert in a certain industry. So he teaches people how to leverage this platform in order to become incredible at it. So they reached out and asked for us to edit their video. And this video was on a specific topic that was 5 tips. It was really easy. When they sent us their footage, it was over 2 hours of footage. And after editing it, it was a 4.5 minute video. What happened is they would say 2 lines and then look back at their paper, and then say 2 lines and look back at their paper. My question to this person is, if I walked up to you and said, hey, John, what are the top 5 things to grow your business in 2020? What would you say to me? You wouldn't say 2 lines and then look at your paper and say 2 lines and look at your paper. You would say, well, Mike, the top 5 things you can do using my business in 2020 in order to scale your business is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it would be done. And you'd be able to fluently deliver that. So what I'm urging you to do in step number 2 is to deliver your message as if somebody came in, walked into your office, and asked you the question about your video topic. So for me, let's say it's the top 5 things you can do in 2020 in order to scale your brand using content marketing. I'd bang it out with the top 5 things as if you were right in front of me. Now that rolls into number 3, because this is an important one. Only speak on topics that you're well versed in. If you look at my content, there's a certain consistency amongst the content. It's either social media, content marketing related, personal branding, or how to scale your income and make more money using the following that I just said. Everything that I talk about is stuff that I know inside and out. So whenever I have to speak speak in front of an audience, speak in front of a camera, or anybody asks me a question, I can speak without hesitation because I know exactly what I'm talking about. Where people fail is when they start trying to talk on topics that they are not well versed in, that they don't know like the back of their hand. So what I urge you to do is pick a couple, maybe 3 prime things that you're very strong at talking about, that you know inside and out, because ultimately, if you're speaking from the heart, you're going to be able to deliver a much more powerful message. If you were a blogger and I came up to you and asked you to talk about lead generation, you wouldn't have the slightest clue. You'd struggle with it. You'd really struggle to talk on camera about generating leads. Let me give you a quick example here. Let's say I walked up to you and asked you to speak about cars for a second when you're not a car person. You'd struggle quite a bit with delivering me a powerful message about cars. But if I walked up to you and asked you about your family, or about your passions, or about your favorite thing in life, or about an experience you had when you traveled, you'd be able to talk with so much excitement and authority that you would deliver a very powerful message. It's because you know everything about those subjects and it's coming natural to you. So make sure that when you're talking about anything, it's something that you know very well, because then you can speak from the heart and from experience instead of always trying to speak from a script or something that you might have had to rehearse. Now that rolls perfectly into number 4. Do not write scripts for what you're talking about. Have an outline. So if you look at me whenever I'm recording my YouTube videos, I have an outline. So if it's the top 5 things you need to know about a certain topic, I don't write out a full-length script about that topic, because we know about what we're talking about, because it's something, again, that's like the back of our hand and we're well versed in it with experience. All that you need to do is make sure that when you're making a video, you write down the bullet points of the main topics that you want to cover. So that way, whenever you're recording a video, you can do your introduction, then you can look at point number 1, look on your computer or your notepad, look at the camera, deliver point number 1, then stop for a second, look at point number 2, back at the camera, deliver your message, and so on and so forth. It makes it really easy for you to keep a powerful message consistent and clean, because you know exactly the points that you're going to deliver. Where a lot of people struggle with delivering a powerful message is they just ramble on. They have an idea of what they want to talk about, but they don't know the exact main value added point. So when people are watching your YouTube videos, they want to get something actionable that they can implement in their own business from your video. And if you're just rambling on with no sort of structure to your video, their time attention span's gonna go. So make sure that you just outline the main bullet points that you want to talk about in your video, and that's going to keep you in line as well as give your audience even more value. Now lastly, practice, but don't worry about perfection. As you can see, if you go back on my YouTube channel and filter by the oldest date for posting, a lot of my first videos were terrible and they're atrocious. When I look at it now, I'm pretty embarrassed, but I kept it there just so you guys can see how far things come. Now, again, it's important to practice and become familiar with being on camera, but do not worry about being perfect. You are always going to be your harshest critic, so you're going to critique your videos way more than the rest of the world. So just get to the point where you can review your videos, watch them a couple times. If you find yourself stuttering or saying like things like that are really gonna sort of hurt the impact of your video, start to practice it a bit more and clean that up a bit. But as soon as you get to the point where you can deliver a pretty clear message, make sure you just upload it to YouTube and start pushing out content. You're going to get better over time. You're going to see your imperfections, but ultimately you're going to get a lot more support from your audience that you ever could have imagined. So there you have it, guys. Those are the top 5 things that you need to do in order to become better at public speaking, as well as creating video content in 2020. Please make sure you guys subscribe, give it a little thumbs up, and also check out the video over there. It's going to be a huge value add for you, and we will see you next time.